Guys, who do you think is the most overrated wrestler in wrestling right now?
I can't hold my tongue on this much longer. I don't see the hype around Will Ospreay. Never have, and possibly never will. Stomp Wrestling fam, that was me last year saying that Will Ospreay is the most overrated wrestler back in 2022. And now we're in 2023, and I'm going to say this.
Christian, this Shaq, I owe you an apology. I wasn't really familiar with your game. And
You know when people hype up a certain person to be the best big thing, but you don't really see it, and you just think to yourself, "Oh, this guy's garbage. This guy's overrated." Yeah, that was me with Will Ospreay, and I'm glad I'm eating my words because Will Ospreay proved me the fuck wrong, and I'm glad that he did. So I thought to myself, let me just see what the hype is around Will Ospreay and look at some of his matches so that I can understand what people see in him. And boy, oh boy, I'm glad I did that because yo, there were about 5 matches that I watched from Will Ospreay that made me change my mind about him immediately. And one of those matches I mentioned earlier on was Ospreay versus Omega 2 at Forbidden Door recently. And I can safely say that the right man won that match because Ospreay was going to get his get back, and it was so obvious. And I can't wait for that trilogy match. I can't wait for Omega versus Ospreay 3. Whether it happens at All In, whether it happens next year or whenever, give me that trilogy. I cannot wait. Another match that made me immediately change my mind, and it was for the right reasons, was Ospreay versus Walter. And goodness me, if you have not seen that match, you are fucking missing out, y'all. I swear to you now. Now, I could sit here and recommend some matches for you guys to watch on Will Ospreay competed, which I will do sooner or later. Trust me, guys. I got some good recommendations. But I wanted to say something because it's been on my mind and I've been wanting to address this for so long. Whether you're a wrestling fan, a Marvel fan, whatever fan you are, there's always that one person that you think is super overrated and people just like him or her, and you just think to yourself, like, why? I don't see what you guys see. Like, what's the point? I'm not gonna get hooked into him. I'm not gonna be a fan of him. So it's not gonna happen, guys. I don't know why you're hyping him up. That's the mentality most of us have. We're guilty of having that mentality. And if you're saying that you don't, you're lying to yourself. You know who you are. But if you are going to call somebody overrated, you better have the facts to back it up. Or you're just going to look like a complete goof for saying that nonsense because you might either be wrong or you're just incredibly biased. That was me with Will Ospreay, and I can say I was so goofy back then because what the fuck? And another factor that made me not be a fan of Will Ospreay was the fact that the IWC clouded my judgment into thinking that he was the most overrated wrestler. And I just followed with the crowd. Yeah, the guy that hates what the IWC has to say a lot followed their opinions. Yeah, I was a sheep back then, but not anymore. I have my own mind, ladies and gentlemen, and I can use it. So basically, today's lesson in the video is do not let people cloud your judgment. Do not let people dictate your opinions on somebody or something, okay? Because you never know. They might be good, and then you're just there just calling them overrated and saying you don't see the hype in them, and you look like a complete bozo because you've never seen what they can do and what they have to bring to the table. So rather watch them first, and if it's not to your liking, then it's not to your liking. We're not going to judge you. It's your personal taste. But if you're just going to say that you find them overrated because of this and that and the third, some people will look at you funny and they'll ask, "Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?" I'm being so dead ass. And another normal thing for people to do is say that you dislike a person, but you can respect what they bring to the table. That's a normal thing to do. Like, for example, I will say that I am not the biggest fan of, say, who's this? Kenny Omega. I think he's a terrific wrestler, but his mic skills are very poor. That's what I would say. But I can respect the craft and I can respect what he brings to the table because that's just how it is. I'm not a fan of him, but I can respect what he offers. So now, here's where we're at. Here's where we're at right now. It is Omega 1, Ospreay 1. Omega got the first win at Wrestle Kingdom 17. Ospreay got his get back at Forbidden Door recently. So now, there needs to be a third match to decide to have a decisive winner in this feud. So I pose the question to you. Who should win the third overall match between Ospreay and Omega? Now, in my opinion, and in my humble opinion, and I'm not just saying that because of the video that I just made, I'm saying this because this is how I truly feel. I think Will Ospreay needs to win this third match. Now, the reason why I say this, I feel like Omega has accomplished everything. He's accomplished almost everything. And I don't know the situation with his contract, whether he's going to re-sign with AEW or whether he's going to leave and call it a day and sign with New Japan again or go to WWE. I don't know the situation. But for me personally, I think Will Ospreay would benefit more from beating Kenny Omega in this rivalry than Omega will benefit from it. And the reason why I say this right now is that many people are going to jump on the Will Ospreay bandwagon, and that's what's going to make him more popular. And this is potentially going to give him another IWGP World Heavyweight Championship title run. So yeah, Sonata, count your days. Now, I'll go into a deep analysis of why I think Will Ospreay should win on another day. But you guys are going to have to stay in tune. And if you do want to see that video, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified when your favorite unfiltered MPKH appears next on your screen. Because you know I'ma bring the heat to you, baby. Woo! So yes, guys, unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. But this doesn't have to be the last time you see me. If you did enjoy this video, please hit that thumbs up. And if you want to be in tune with more Stomp Wrestling content, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and also follow us on all our social media platforms. Links are in the description below. And as always, guys, stay safe, drink water, watch some good old-fashioned wrestling, and peace. I'm out.